La cancel culture a de beaux jours devant elle, parce qu'aux États-Unis, Jimmy Kimmel s'est fait cancel pour une petite vanne. On va réagir, allez, c'est parti.
I think we can all agree everybody likes cancel culture.
Everybody likes cancel culture?
Pam Bondi said one of the dumbest things you can say as an attorney general. Do we have here? I'm looking at my SOT list. Yeah, here it is. It's unbelievable. There was absolutely no pushback, but here's what Pam said in SOT 18.
There's free speech and then there's hate speech. And there is no place, especially now, especially after what happened to Charlie, in our society.
Do you see...
C'est souvent des gens... la différence entre free speech et hate speech, c'est souvent une phrase qui est utilisée pour séparer le discours que t'aimes pas. Voilà.
more law enforcement going after?
I couldn't believe.
Who said that?
Literally, this is what we started when we were in 2016. We were talking about stuff.
Yeah.
We were talking about, you know, lefty spaces and cultural appropriation. Like, this was the kind of shit I would hear from those crazy motherfuckers.
Ouais, ouais, bah oui,
and
c'est
now
vrai.
it's like in the highest form of government, and they're saying hate speech is not free speech. Well, who defines what's hate speech?
Exactement. Absolument. Oh putain, en plus j'ai arrêté, j'ai mis une frame, désolé le frère. Mais c'est exactement ça, c'est cette manière de définir. C'est comme quand par exemple ils te traitent de facho. Au début ça veut dire quelque chose, et au fur et à mesure c'est balancé sur tellement de monde, ça veut plus rien dire. Et la définition c'est simplement des gens que je n'aime pas. C'est pareil là.
I'm having déjà vu. Groundhog Day.
Oh.
I'm like, literally, when I heard this, I couldn't believe she had said that.
I swear to God, I swear it was a couch there. I swear it was a couch there. I'm just surprised that her hair is blonde and not blue. That's crazy.
Do you see more law enforcement going after these groups who are using hate speech and putting cuffs on people so we show them that some action is better than no action?
We will absolutely target you, go after you, if you are targeting anyone with hate speech.
Okay. That was crazy.
It's crazy because you're saying that because you're protecting Charlie, but Charlie was doing that. It's just not your people against your people, so you're okay with it. By your standard, by what you're saying.
Ouais, c'est des
should have been in
hypocrites.
jail.
Well, what if a radical, crazy person gets into office on the left side and says that
C'est sûr, ouais, mais il a raison. Mais c'est leur camp. Et moi, mon camp, c'est toujours ça. Ton camp contre le mien. Les gens adorent le sport. Donc ils prennent ça et puis ils le transposent sur d'autres choses et ça devient ton camp contre le mien. D'accord? Mon camp peut pas faire le mal, il est bon. Quand c'est ton camp qui fait, c'est cringe. C'est pas basé. Moi, c'est basé. Toi, c'est mauvais.
if you don't identify a trans person by the proper pronouns,
Oui, c'est ça exactement.
what the? Now, shout out to at least, what is it, Megan Kelly here. I saw a couple other conservative creators who are actually speaking out against this because we all should.
There's no sentence that Charlie Kirk would have objected to more than that.
Hate speech does not exist legally in America. There's
Mec, c'est tellement symbolique. Ils se disent amis, d'accord, mais ils sont amis par défaut, quoi. Ils sont même pas d'accord sur leurs valeurs. Parce que lui disait tout son contraire. C'était quand? En mai 2024.
ugly speech. There's gross speech. There's evil speech. And all of it is protected by the First Amendment. Keep America free.
Okay. And this is like the point where I feel I'm back in 2015. I'm hearing throwback lines I haven't heard in almost a decade, or that haven't been popular. And now they're being ushered by the Attorney General.
Ouais, c'était la honte
which
de
is
dire ça, hein.
Pretty much the highest point you could be for the law. And I'm just like, it's up there. And when I'm like, and it's coming from a conservative person, I'm like, there's no way this is real. Listen to this.
I'm feeling throwback, but from the opposite side. Usually, back in the days, the conservative people were saying like, we can't say anything no more. But now,
C'est vrai, il a
it's
raison.
more liberal people are saying like, we can't say nothing no more.
C'est vrai, il a raison. Mais oui, parce qu'en fait, il n'y a pas de liberté d'expression s'il y a une personne qui juge. Je sais que ça paraît extrême parce que nous, dans les pays d'Europe, on est un peu des salopes, hein, soyons honnêtes. Notre liberté d'expression, c'est limite. Hein. Des fois, t'insultes le président, et des petits problèmes, ça peut t'arriver. Mais là-bas, c'était pas pareil.
Yeah.
That's the throwback is reversed. You know what I mean?
And look, I said it before, right? I'll say it right now. I'm for people losing their job. If you want to post swastika and you want to say a bunch of rape or celebrate people dying and saying it's fucking, lose your job. You're an idiot. Don't post that shit online.
Ouais,
dummy.
attends.
With that in mind. That's
Non. C'est pas poster ça en ligne, le problème. C'est poster ça en ligne, comme les mecs qui ont posté là pour l'assassinat de Charlie Kirk. Poster ça en ligne avec ton nom légal, ta tête, ton visage. Avant, je me souviens d'un temps dont les plus jeunes ne se souviennent pas, où il fallait faire l'effort pour que ces gens perdent leur emploi. C'est-à-dire qu'il fallait les doxer, il fallait qu'ils fassent une erreur. Maintenant, ils te servent tout sur un plateau d'argent. Ils sont là, ils disent des dingueries, et à leur nom légal, leur prénom, ils sont à 2 doigts de te donner leur numéro de sécu, d'accord? Et puis après, ils se font virer, et ils sont surpris. Alors, évidemment qu'il y a ta liberté d'expression, mais tu dis des dingueries. Tu vois ce que je veux dire? Mais surtout, comment tu veux protéger quelqu'un qui se jette sous les rails du train? C'est impossible. Hop, tu l'enlèves la première fois, et quand tu le lâches, il se rejette dessous. C'est compliqué, là.
completely different. when the attorney general is talking about bringing the weight of the law in arresting you. I might fire you, but I'll fight for the fact that you should never go to jail for what.
Ouais. Après, c'est une entreprise privée. Je veux dire, si toi tu dis des dingueries qui nuisent à leur image, qu'ils ont construit à travers le marketing des millions et des millions, oui, je veux bien qu'ils veulent pas de toi. Ça va faire comme en Angleterre. Ils toquent chez les gens. Le matin, t'auras la bague chez toi à 6h. Ouais, vous avez dit ça sur Twitter. C'est haram, c'est péché. Allez, on y va, on va au poste.
You say by sending them to jail? Nah. This is where you start going Looney Tunes.
Everybody's a snowflake.
Yeah.
This is a snowstorm right now.
But in light of the Charlie Kirk stuff, there's been a lot of people who've been getting fired by the administration.
State Department of Education employee fired after studying. En plus, tu travailles dans le gouvernement. Des professeurs, des mecs... Mais évidemment qu'ils vont te virer.
By a lot of different people. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my job. The Jimmy Kimmel stuff. By a lot of different people. Just fired from
Ah, c'est infernal.
my job. I was just fired from my job. The Jimmy Kimmel stuff I thought was interesting. I heard what Jimmy Kimmel said that got him fired. Did you hear?
No.
New lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks. They just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House.
Il s'en bat les couilles, il en a rien à foutre. Ils ne sont amis que... C'est un mégalomane, lui.
Together, as you know, for about 150 years, and it's going to be a beauty.
Son pote meurt, et la seconde d'après, il te parle d'un autre projet.
He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction.
Can you believe what we did? I was like, if my niggas talking about me, I'm like, hey, you never cared when I was.
No, you never cared.
That was
Ouais, voilà, t'en foutais.
so crazy. So what's funny?
Yeah.
The idea that the person who's in charge of the FCC went on a podcast, put pressure on ABC, which is the largest corporation and one of the largest media corporations.
And they have a license granted by us at the FCC, and that comes with it an obligation to operate in the public interest. I mean, look, we can.
Tu vois, c'est pareil, c'était comme l'ARCOM avec, comment ça s'appelle? C8, quelque chose comme ça, ou C12. Un des deux, c'est pareil. L'État a beaucoup trop de pouvoir, parce qu'il devrait même pas être capable de faire ça, et en plus la blague de Jimmy Kimmel, c'est une blague d'une banalité absolue, on en a des comme ça au quotidien toute la journée, et surtout c'est beaucoup trop marrant pour laisser passer une blague comme ça. Je veux dire, t'es là, t'es mon ami, là, j'ai le cœur, bon c'est là ou là, j'ai le cœur vraiment qui bat, qui fait mal, et sinon comment vous vous en sortez? Oh ça va, et puis là regardez, je suis en train de faire un nouveau bâtiment, c'est énervé, et tu laisses pas passer une blague comme ça. C'est comme si South Park il faisait pas un cartoon sur Donald Trump. Je veux dire, il sort des dingueries à la minute. Ah.
Do this the easy way or the hard way.
And threatened to lose the license.
Within hours.
And it's almost moments, literally, after that interview aired, that ABC announced that it would indefinitely pull the Jimmy Kimmel show.
They shut down.
Un mec super populaire, hein, il est archi connu, hein, Jimmy Kimmel là-bas. C'est comme si on sortait Cyril Hanouna, quoi. Tu vois. Mais moi, je pense simplement que des deux parties, tout le monde s'en bat les couilles de la liberté d'expression. Personne n'a rien à foutre. C'est ton camp contre le mien.
The whole show, and they didn't even want to, because apparently they had a board meeting, and when they had the board meeting, there's a lot of because like people were like, he didn't say nothing that bad, but everyone's like, we can't afford to lose all this money.
They were losing their license.
That's right.
Ah ouais.
And when you run a business, bro, you lose your license, everything's dead.
T'es baisé,
you're
tu vois?
your business is over.
Well, you can't
so the idea that
operate.
government is getting involved and getting people fired
Tu vois, tu peux plus opérer, tu fais quoi? T'es dans la merde, ouais.
from their everyday jobs for speech that isn't that extreme, that should worry you. Afterwards, I think Jimmy made a stupid comment, something about like, we don't know if this was politically motivated or whatever it was. Like,
New lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them.
from all the messages, it looks like it's pretty clear that this is very politically motivated.
Voilà, ouais,
But
c'est ça.
you have the right to say stupid shit. Like, people
Ouais, parce que sinon on est baisé. Si dès que t'es un mec, tu dis une connerie un peu stupide, tu finis en tôle, ou t'as le gouvernement qui vient faire pression sur ton employeur, bon. Surtout que les Américains, c'est pas fut-fut, il y a pas assez de place en prison pour tous les mettre dedans.
are acting like his cancellation was super deserved for this specifically.
C'est de la merde ce
And
qu'il a
in my head,
dit.
I'm like, if you think someone deserves, everybody should be fired on that.
Bah oui.
When people make wrong takes or make some stupid fucking take, this wasn't even that bad. Every time we allow somebody to be incredibly corrupt because it benefits us, when the shoe's on the other foot, it'll be too late because you already tied the shoelaces on the other one. And bitch, no one walking out with one shoe. This is.
C'est ça, exactement. Et c'est parce que ces gens-là sont stupides. Ils vivent pour mardi prochain. Ils vivent pas pour l'année d'après. Eux, ils pensent mes intérêts maintenant, qu'est-ce qui se passe comme ça, qu'est-ce que je fais, comment je peux en bénéficier, qu'importe si je dois violer la loi. C'est pour ça que quand Donald Trump il veut se faire élire, il te dit qu'il va sortir les files de Jeffrey Epstein et qu'au final, il fait rien du tout. Parce que c'est bon, il a eu ce qu'il voulait. Il n'a pas besoin d'être pris au sérieux. Je veux dire, est-ce qu'il s'est fait destituer pour autant, pour avoir menti autant de fois? Non, il n'y a pas de conséquences. Le message est clair. Vas-y, fais comme tu veux. S'il n'y a pas de conséquences, le message est clair.
Right? That means that anybody online has no chance. If the FCC comes for YouTube, or the FCC comes from any of these social media platforms and applies a little pressure, your channel's getting banned within seconds. We've already seen how flimsy YouTube is. You never want government officials to get a carte blanche and to be cheered when they're canceling people like this. The idea that the president is getting involved and cheering on the fact that they're firing all these people is bad. And I think I've come to terms with the fact that I don't even think I necessarily totally disagree with cancel culture.
But we know you don't disagree with cancel culture.
That's right. If you're a prankster, you get canceled. Now, people say that's not cancel culture.
That's consequences.
It is. Well, that's also cancel culture.
Sure.
If you do a campaign to get somebody fired for things that they said by contacting their employer,
it's cancel culture.
That's cancel culture, right? I've come to accept that everybody is for cancel culture. You've heard all levels of politicians. You've heard people on the right, left, saying these people should lose their job for celebrating. I'm like, okay. But then there's people who get fired just for saying, I don't like the guy. There's some people who they made a post quoting some of the horrible things that they felt Charlie said. And
oui, mais bien sûr qu'il a dit des dingueries. Hein.
They also got fired. And people contacted their job. Libs of TikTok made a post. This police officer basically said,
c'est vrai. Mais après, ça n'existe plus. Les gens comme c'était qui Voltaire. Je suis pas d'accord avec ce que tu dis, mais je me battrai pour que tu puisses le dire. Ça n'existe plus, ça.
You listen, and even though I don't wish him harm or whatever, I'm not going to sit here and mourn his death. Is that a fireable thing? It is today. I think we can all agree. Or most of us can agree. We probably have a point or a threshold where if you do something beyond this line, if you lose your line of employment, if you are made to pay financially, economically, whatever it might be, most of us don't care. Would you agree?
Yes.
I think the main thing is just like we all have a different threshold. And some people's threshold for what that line is much lower.
Some people's threshold for what that line is if it happens to them or their side.
Sure.
That's their threshold. They're not for, well, you're canceling me? Because it happens to them, but when it's for the other person, the other side,
sure.
Then it's all good.
C'est pour ça que j'aime pas quand les gens parlent de principe. Je peux pas être corrompu. Tais-toi. Est-ce que tu as déjà eu l'opportunité d'être corrompu et si tu te laissais corrompre, tu obtenais un gain substantiel? Si c'est non, ton principe n'a aucune valeur. Il doit être testé d'abord. Puis ces gens-là, ils vont parler de liberté d'expression, de tout ça. Non, ce qui compte, c'est cet instant. Est-ce que tu protèges les gens qui disent des choses avec lesquelles t'es pas d'accord?
Look at this, right? So, someone else posted, I tried to hold my tongue, but I genuinely do not know how any person could be saying Charlie Kirk was a good man. Of course, it was awful he was shot. So were more children at a school in Colorado yesterday, yet most of you haven't said a thing about any of the other 45 this year. Someone who didn't believe in and ... whatever. To me, that's not fireable. That's not past the threshold. But the fact that some people think it is where I think this stuff goes well beyond the pale. And I think we should institute some level of shame. This kind of speech, whilst it's legal and you shouldn't be in prison for it, there should be social consequences. Why? Because
exactement. Il n'y a pas de raison d'avoir le gouvernement qui intervient. Ouais. Mais socialement, oui, on peut faire des trucs, hein, c'est normal. Hein.
there should be social consequences. Why? Because we've gotten to the point now where everyone's posting swastikas, people are posting all kinds of salutes. People are out here saying some of the most foul and disgusting things about children every day or whatever it might be. And these things aren't even like being socially reproached online. I'm like, isn't that shit? I hope those people get canceled. I'll be honest with you. You want to get online and say a bunch of race? I hope you get the same lady who yelled at that 13-year-old African boy, called him an N-word on camera proudly. What did conservatives do? They started a GoFundMe and they put money in her pockets.
I'm not even going to call it cancel culture anymore. I think we're living in the age of outrage capitalism. The lefts are accusing the rights of doing something that they're doing themselves, and vice versa. They're benefiting from people being pissed off at each other. And the product is...
C'est du rage bait à l'échelle politique nationale. C'est ce que faisaient les Logan Paul, les mecs qui font des pranks, là. Tu sais, qui veulent que tu réagisses en les insultant. Ça crée de l'engagement. Ils font de l'argent comme ça. Bah maintenant, tout le monde fait ça.
And the winner is not the blue, the red, the purple. It's green. It's money. It benefits people. It benefits you, the news.
Tu fais tellement d'argent.
It benefits podcasters as well. Anger is not a way to do revolution. It's a subscription. You subscribe to who you want to be pissed off against, and then you can
trouve toujours les bons mots, Christian.
Through that hate.
C'est ça, oui, parce qu'ils vont te vendre des casquettes, des abonnements, ils vont te vendre la place à ses funérailles, ils vont te vendre ils vont te vendre des trucs. Mais bon.
Streams around here.
I could be wrong, but if we played out clips of us, I think we might have been one of those people saying that cancel culture, I'm not for it.
Which I understand, but I think that in context, we're
talking about
a specific way. Sure. We're saying that, hey, what's happening there, I'm not for that.
Je pense pas que ce soit qu'il soit contre la cancel culture, c'est juste que des fois la cancel culture cancel des gens, alors que pour eux, bon, il y a rien de répréhensible. C'est différent. Le problème c'est que c'est un seul mot pour définir un panel tellement large que c'est pas pratique.
KIRK being canceled for life, that's not fair. That's not right.
That's a form of cancel culture too. Because if you think what cancel culture is, right? It's essentially you being punished for speech.
Yes, that's the extreme.
Or beliefs
that's the extreme
that people find socially reprehensible, right? So it could be financially, it could be through a boycott, through governmental means, or the most ultimate form would be to take the person's life, right?
Deletion.
Because the goal is to make you not comfortable or not be able to say these
te
things
faire peur
without
pour pas que tu en parles.
repercussions, right? There should never be something that's permissible or allowed, but you're starting to see how like authoritarianism and these ideas of like basically coming down on ideas of what you say, how you think, it's happening everywhere.
I'm happy that even some people on the right are like, what is this? They're catching on. They're like, no, this is a bit much.
It's happening on all sides of the aisle.
Et c'est vrai, parce qu'il faut faire attention à pas confondre MAGA et républicain, parce qu'il y a beaucoup de gens qui ont été par exemple dégoûtés quand Trump a cassé du sucre sur le dos de John McCain, qui est un héros de guerre. Donc je pense qu'il y a des gens qui s'attendaient pas à ces résultats. Et malheureusement, c'est des choses qui écrasent tout le monde et qui maintenant, comme quelqu'un joue dans la boue, c'est tellement dérangeant. En fait, t'es obligé de t'abaisser à son niveau pour avoir une quelconque importance. Mais même ça, faut pas le faire.
I truly feel like how we came in here at first, when we started on YouTube and talking about leftist crazy, now we're doing the other side of the aisle.
Ouais, voilà.
And it's the same shit.
Remember a week ago when I told you the pendulum thing?
Oh yeah.
La vie est cyclique, monsieur. La vie est cyclique. Là, c'est la gauche. Aujourd'hui, c'est la droite. Le lendemain, ce sera quelqu'un d'autre. On fera ça en boucle jusqu'au jour du jugement dernier. Pas besoin d'attendre l'enfer, on y est déjà. L'enfer, c'est nous. L'enfer, c'est les autres. On est là, on fait des dingueries.
Yo, that thing is swinging.
Swinging. What me and Preach were doing back then when we were talking against a lot of this stuff was unpopular. You know how much flack we got from lefties?
Dude.
From talking against cancel culture, for talking against a lot of this stuff. We're getting the same thing, but on the other side now. And as a result, there was some oppressive stuff that they were doing in terms of...
Mais surtout, maintenant qu'eux, ils sont pour, tu vas avoir des gens de gauche qui vont leur dire « Ah bah vous voyez, vous étiez d'accord avec nous. » Non, ils sont pas d'accord avec toi. Pas ça, c'est pas toi ce que toi tu veux. C'est comme si on aime quelque chose, mais pas pour les mêmes manières. Pas pour les mêmes raisons, pardon. Toi, t'aimes quelque chose, j'aime pas pareil. Tu vois, c'est pas la même chose. Même si on aime la même chose, pas du tout la même chose. Et en plus, encore une fois, d'habitude, ils font beaucoup plus de vannes. Il y a plein de sketchs, ils sont marrants en plus. Je les aime bien, moi. Vous inquiétez pas, on va se taper toutes leurs vidéos. Hein. Mais ils faisaient beaucoup plus de blagues. Comme ils en font pas beaucoup, c'est pour te dire à quel point c'est sérieux.
How they came down on people. And now that it's on the other side, they're doing the same thing. And now that we're speaking out against that, that side hates us. That's why I don't really mind, to be honest with you.
That's when you know.
When I get a lot of hate.
It's okay, I'm used to it. It reminds me of high school. Everybody popular hates on me, so it's fine. I'm happy that even some people on the right are like, what?
Ouais,
The fact that they're like, well, this is a bit much. I'm like, okay, there's hope.
Ça rassure au moins.
Hope.
One of the rare times that
I can't believe that you and I are on the opposite side of this. I'm going to be the pessimist today. I don't think there's hope.
Today we switched?
We switched.
I'm usually the group you with. Oh, you are getting old. Welcome to the
I don't
game.
know if I'm getting old. I think there's a lot of reasons to just look at the world and go, oh yeah, there's very little odds that we're coming back. When have you seen this?
Non, faut pas être exagéré non plus là. On est revenu de bien pire. Hein. C'est juste que maintenant on a d'autres outils pour se taper dessus. Il y a les réseaux sociaux, mais faut pas être aussi pessimiste. Surtout qu'il y a des gros conservateurs qui répondent, c'est ça. Des figures connues qui sont pas forcément d'accord. Ça m'étonnerait qu'un mec comme Ben Shapiro, on a vu Tucker Carlson, qui était pas d'accord, mais même Ben Shapiro, je pense pas qu'il soit d'accord. Hein.
Turnaround extremism. All I've seen is the world go crazier and crazier and crazier, and then crazier, 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 crazier. It's like the swing just gets wider.
What's next?
Le problème aussi, c'est que les extrêmes sont pas nombreux, mais ils sont à des positions de pouvoir. Donc les dégâts qu'ils peuvent faire sont incommensurables, mais si tu demandes à l'écrasante majorité des gens, pour moi, ce sont des gens normaux, tu sais, qui font pas de problème, qui font leur petite vie. Mais ces gens-là, ils ont le pouvoir, ils ont quelque chose.
I think that all that's going to happen is that corporate interests are going to take over, and our government is just going to be corporations soon.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
We've already been moving in that direction. The relationship between government and corporations is just becoming...
Oui, mais c'est parce qu'il y a beaucoup trop de gouvernements, et qu'il est corruptible absolument partout, qu'il est corrompu, mais parce qu'il a beaucoup trop de pouvoir. Et leur problème, c'est rajouter toujours du gouvernement. Aux États-Unis, ils sont pas moins bien lotis que nous. Après, ils ont le dollar, évidemment, qui font une puissance militaire incroyable est le premier pays. Mais c'est pareil, leur gouvernement, il est énorme. Il est étriqué, c'est une pieuvre, il a les tentacules un peu partout. Et ce qui fait que c'est facilement facilement, bon t'as compris, hein, c'est corruptible.
More and more intertwined, and soon it's going to be all just big corporations that run everything, and cyberpunk. I can't wait. I want to get prosthetic limbs. I'm already accepting my fate.
He's talking about his dick.
Legs, arms, everything. I'm getting the eye patch, everything.
Oh, you?
Yeah, X-ray vision. I'm seeing all the naked ladies. It's not cheating.
Go gadget.
Yeah. So for me, like, do I have optimism? Not really.
But can you wait for it? You can't.